Hello. So we're back with the funny hellos. And I'm going to now give you a little demo in how to make a face scrub. So I'm going to make this one into a jar. So if you store it with a jar with a lid, okay, so it'll keep for you. You should only use a face scrub made like this kind of face scrub about 2 to 3 times a week. I have used it more than that myself, but I discovered that it really dries your skin out. So it's much better if you use it only 2 to 3 times. So the reason for why scrubs work is they really help to lift off the dead skin cells, and they can help to stimulate your skin as well. So I found though that if I used it more times a week, it dried it out. So I'm better off if I use it 2 to 3 times. So the only thing to note though is the skin on your face is kind of sensitive. So you do need to make sure that you have a finely ground salt. So I'm going to use the Epsom salts, okay? Now they're not super finely ground, but what you find is when these mix with, when you're using it, you'll be using, your face will be a little bit wet to start. So they kind of dissolve, even though they scrub, but they dissolve. So, but the Himalayan salt I'm going to use, this is, again, as I said before, this is not a food grade one. So you can see it's super, super fine. Okay. So I have, once again, I have oodles of this because I decided why buy half a kilo when you can buy oodles? Yeah, so we have a big bag of it upstairs. So that's why I have it in a small jar. So basically I'm going to use my 1/4 cup measure. It's equal parts Epsom salts to equal parts Himalayan salt. Very fine, don't forget, and about 3 drops of oil. And the oil I am going to use today, I'm going to mix a little bit of frankincense. I'm probably going to put 1 drop of that and 2 drops of this, 2 drops of tea tree. So frankincense is great for skin regeneration. Depending on smells and how you like them or don't like them. I know somebody that had a bottle of frankincense before and they said it just reminded them too much of church, and they just... It brought back bad memories. So as I would have written in, I think it was where I was making the hand soap, your sense of smell bypasses your central nervous system and goes straight to your limbic system, which is deeply inside your skull, right, Kat? Okay. So because it bypasses it and it goes straight to your limbic system, it's actually connected up with feelings and emotions. So smells can take us back to some time, some memory, and we may or we may not know exactly what the association is. Some people do. Like for me, the smell of freshly cut grass just brings me right back to when I was a kid and we used to live in a house and it would take us oodles. We had to push more and we'd all be involved in cutting the lawn, well, us kids, cutting the lawn and raking it all up. We didn't have a ride on more, and well, to me it seemed to take us days. It possibly didn't. And then tea tree oil is a really good one if any acne issues or stuff like that. And I suppose at the moment it's a really, it's up there with cleaning our hands and sanitizing and everything else. It's one that we would have, lots of people would have. It's one of the ones that you can actually apply neat to your skin as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a 1/4 cup of Epsom salt. And for this, I'm just going to mix it straight into the jar because, you know yourself, I'll probably put it all over the counter if I got to pour it in afterwards. And I'm going to take a 1/4 of the finely ground Himalayan salt and I'm going to put them two together. So one way you can mix it is you just put the lid on and give them a shake like that. That's why if you don't overfill it, you can mix it up. So that's pretty mixed up there. I'm just going to break up the wee clumps that are in there. So as I said, in this, just 3 drops of oil. And it even feels quite soft, you know. And there's loads of things you can do with salt, and there's loads of things you can do with Epsom salts. Like there's another one you can make. There's a salt mask you can make with just salt and honey. So I'm just going to put 1, 2. I've made a mask before, and I think I used rosemary from the garden. I try things out. Maybe I only ever make them once. Oh, I ended up with 2 drops of the frankincense. So again, just shake it because it will clump a little bit. So give it a good shake up. Tea tree is one of those that always kind of reminds me of dog shampoo. I don't know, maybe we used to use a wash our dog with tea tree or something when I was little. Smells quite nice actually. So that's quite fine for your using on your face. So as I said, only 2 to 3 times a week. Now when you're storing this, put this somewhere that's dry. Obviously if you're using it, say, and sometimes I will be using it in the shower, is obviously don't open the jar and underneath the water, because it will just dissolve and completely disappear on you. So the some of the benefits of Himalayan salt is it helps to balance your pH, and it's got a high amount of minerals in it, like a lot of salts do. Okay, so combination, it's good for your skin. And I just like stuff that I know. So there's 3 ingredients in that. I like to know exactly what I've put into the things that I use. It's partly out of nosiness, partly out of science, and as I said, some things work and some things don't. On the next one with the body scrub, I'm going to share with you a little lesson I learned about what oils you should and shouldn't use for things. Okay, so see you on the next one. Bye.